Fell under the weather again. Head cold, cough, throat, ticklish thing. Air pollution. Also, our wildfire season's begun here in BC. Now, though I don't see any of it, it still affects our air and stuff. I don't know why. I've never been sick like this. But in this last several months, so many times. And this is after having 4 COVID vaccines and the flu shot, and living a very, healthy life. And yet here I am under the weather again, which proned me towards making pea soup for the first time ever. I never did because my grandma's pea soup was the world's best pea soup. There was just some things my grandma could make better that no matter what bakery or other restaurant or something I'd ever go to could ever do. And I thought I never should dare to try and make it until I thought like maybe I was ready. But I mixed this. I did a little bit different than my grandma's. I didn't just use split peas. I also used like a special jar of peas that I got from the Chinese store down the street that is not sweetened. But my Cuisinart blender, when everything was ready, decided to die on me today. So while I was in the process of blending everything to get it soupy consistency, it stopped working. All the lights lit up and started blinking everywhere. So I had to pour it back into the pot, and I have to reheat now and finish getting the split peas as soft as I want. Now, I didn't have the patience to wait overnight soaking the peas or wait for them to slow cook because I'm sick. And I wanted to fill my body with antioxidants and vitamins as quickly as possible. That being said, I did have my first bowl that came out of my last round of using the Cuisinart blender, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm very proud of myself. Now, with this one, I used like one of those broccoli powdered mixes you can get from a dollar store. I went and got a bunch of broccoli for $1.49 or whatever on the discount table at the Chinese store. And then I used what you call riced and ready veggies already. So that helps cut back on what you're making. And I put it into the pot. And then you cut up some onion. And obviously you can use your different broths. I used a little bit of mushroom broth. And then I used a whole cube of chicken broth. And then I add in 3 cups of water. And then when you're ready, you add in a cup of milk to make it creamier. I put in a little bit more because I ended up making a pretty large pot of this stuff. And then I actually put in a little bit of Hellmann's mayonnaise because I didn't have sour cream. And that works just as well. And then I just added some really good spices. I threw in some green peppers since I had them. But I threw in some thyme, some basil, some parsley flakes, some oregano. I didn't have any garlic clove. Usually I have garlic clove. And these are all things that help you get well. So I just used lots of garlic powder, onion powder, rosemary, kosher salt. The kosher salt makes a huge difference. I love using it. And of course, regular salt and pepper. I threw in a little bit of real butter, also to help give it that extra buttery, creamy flavor. So now I'm just turning it back on to get those split peas to finish softening up to a level I like. And with its thickness, the best part is I can just add the water until I get the desired consistency of what I want. But I'm even happy with the color that it came out. Now on another time, when I can go slower, soak them overnight, and just use split peas, I might try for a darker, greener, just pea soup like my grandma used to do, that I loved eating when I went to visit her. But she would never give me the secret. Basically, she'd make it and it was ready for when I got there, and we'd sit and eat the lunch together, and it was literally just pea soup that we're eating. And her hint to me pretty much was like, yeah, okay, this is just something you're going to have to learn how to do on your own. Right? I just can't give you all my secrets. She had this little drawer when I was growing up in the kitchen. I'd come in and she'd every once in a while open up the drawer and sneak peek at these British chicken scratch marks of measurements and stuff on the papers. And so I got to see the drawer. I got to see the stuff that was written on there, the notes, and I couldn't make sense of all of the recipes, but I did understand some of the measurements for things. And on those pages in that secret drawer of her notes was how to use her tender flake lard to make her pie shells and her date square, I mean, not her date squares, her butter tart shells perfectly. Her date squares and her butter tarts and her pies, her shells, her pastry, like, she wasn't beatable. So today, I'm so proud of myself that because my grandma's food was so good, and I've been to lots of bakeries, grocery stores included, not just real bakeries, and I've been into other people's homes, and just wasn't my grandma's food. So I'm very happy that I finally took the bite out of the bullet. And although this soup does reflect the taste of her soup, and knowing where I came from and where the gift came from, if you were to taste her soup, it still tastes different enough to know that it's my soup. And I'm just happy because I got enough of all the right stuff in here that helps with our guts and helps with digestion and helps with, any ailments we have in our bodies, and helps us, get better, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully I get well. I'm going to finish softening it up to where I want and making the consistency what I want. I could not digest ham if I wanted to at this point in the recovery of my revision surgery, so it's just straight up soup. It's all veggies and creamy stuff. All the good stuff. I think I even put some cayenne pepper in there. You can use turmeric as well. That's a different recipe. I might try that one later. But that's it. That's where I've been for a few days. I've been sort of under the weather. And I just want soup when I'm under the weather. I don't know about you. I also needed a coffee. But yeah, so I have to get a new blender. I am busy working on books. So the writing projects are still coming. I'm going to get my microphone and camera hooked up for the new desktop, which I'm very happy using. New desktop. Woohoo! So I'll be able to do stuff from the desktop. So there'll be some progress. I'm going to do some audio recordings of the Smallville reunion movie. I'm pushing to see if I can try and reach Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan so we can do cartoon out of You've Got Mail 2 as well, so they can play the voices of their original characters. Since I don't have much option other than to turn to cartoon for a lot of this stuff because of the time that's passed since the work was first originally written, and with the world tensions that are going on, I gotta stick with what is safe. And I got lots of plans coming up around lifeguarding and other things, and vacations on boats and stuff. So keep your eyes tuned for what's going on and keep up with my cooking. Hopefully I'll be able to separate time where I just do more of this for everybody to see what I make and the results of it. But I'm pretty happy with pea soup. Have a good day, you guys. Enjoy the beautiful weather wherever you are. Summer's kicking in. Happy summer times. Peace out, Superwoman from Vancouver, BC. Bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow, go to futureproductionsonline.com. Yeah, and just stay tuned.